What a pleasure it is to be in front of you all today. All right, I'd like to first ask if everyone in the audience could please stand. Because, I do that whole fitness thing, right? Hey, especially you back there, you're gonna work out. Okay, we're gonna do an exercise called a box squat, or in this case, we're gonna use our chairs as the box, in which we're gonna come down, like so, and then explode back up. Now you're all gonna do it with me, okay? You ready? Let's go. Down, up. That's not a very good tempo. Okay, down, up, down, up. Okay, we're gonna do 10 more. I'm gonna count down, and we're all gonna count down together, okay? 10, 9, 8, you count it. Go. Yes, that's it. Keep going. Come on, you're almost there. Yes! All right, thank you. You can all sit down. It was pretty good. We made it. It was difficult, but we did it. Now, last month, the National Overseas Institution claimed that the number of overweight and obese adults in the developing world has nearly quadrupled since 1980 to just below 1 billion. Now, in a world that offers countless health campaigns from especially influential individuals such as Michelle Obama and Jake Steinfeld, even the #1 beverage brand, Coca-Cola, released an obesity campaign just to help solve the complex question, which is, how do we promote living a healthy lifestyle in a world that's becoming more and more unfit? Clearly, promoting exercise for its physical benefits is evidently not the way. Now, something else happened last month, which is that I published a novel called From Insecure to Inspirational, which explores the physical, mental, and social benefits that can be achieved from exercise. Now, let me tell you something about myself. 4 years ago, I realized my attitude to be something of an introvert, a dreamer, someone who will always be more comfortable by himself than with anyone else. And I hated it. I hated it because alongside this unapproachable attitude came countless other vices which worked against me. I procrastinated like it was fun. I found no meaning in enlightenment. And worst of all, I was probably the typical example of a teenager. But what I did have was a burning ambition to become a better student and a better person. So, how do we motivate an entire generation of teenagers to strive to their full potential and repair an honestly broken world? Now, it's proven throughout history, complex questions can often not be answered with straightforward thinking. Outside-the-box inquiry has to be implemented to burn the fuse that leads to the light of the future. The unorthodox match to this fuse is exercise. Now, the study behind me shows the increase in grade point average from young adults after they began to exercise. The x-axis on the bottom is the subject, and the y-axis is the mean score. Black bar shows before exercise intervention, and white bar shows after exercise intervention. Don't be too overwhelmed. It just means that it increased after they started to work out. Now, this study was later extended not just to young men, but adult men, young women, and then finally, adult women. Another study from Dr. Rady also showed that the number, after a particularly troubled middle school began to endorse an exercise plan for all students, the number of suspensions for a semester went down from 94 to 5. 5 in the following quarter. As for more academic proof, a study in volume 16 of Physical Education and Sport Pedagogy has shown that students who regularly exercise 2.5 hours a week, not that much, receive an average of 59% higher in their test scores than those who don't. Now, in regards to our school's learning systems, clear connections can be made with the IB learner profile and exercise. It states that for a scholar to be academically successful, one must be knowledgeable, risk-taking, caring, reflective, principled, a communicator, an inquirer, balanced, open-minded, and finally, a thinker. These can all be learned and adapted and applied as a result of exercise. Knowledgeable, as in you have to know what you're doing and if you're doing it properly. Risk-taking, try a new personal record, try something new in general. Caring, always help out others who are struggling or just starting out. Reflective, always ask yourself if you really work to your full potential and what you can do to improve. Principled, don't harm yourself and others around you by prioritizing your fitness life. Communicators, communication is a necessity for advice and motivation for success. Inquirers always ask questions that should be obvious. Balanced, which is all about physical and mental stability. Duh. Open-minded, don't be narcissistic with your methods. Try out something new. There's everything out there. There's CrossFit. There's whatever you want to do. Finally, a thinker. What can you do to make yourself a better person? Being stronger and being healthier makes you a better learner. Finally, to conclude, I'll comment on how people often ask me, but how do I prevent myself from giving up? And the answer is simple. Don't overwhelm yourself. Keep it balanced to the point where you're benefiting from it physically, but not dying because of it mentally. A ladder so high and so difficult to climb, like achieving your personal fitness goals, whatever they may be, is not done with one giant leap. It's done with small steps that keep going up. Now generally, it's probably not a good idea to look down at high altitude, but in this case, look down after every inch you climb up and reflect on how far you've come since the beginning. Reflect on how much better you are now than where you were before and what you've gained from it. Even the squats you did at the beginning, they made you much more focused now than you would have been otherwise. After that, look up, continue your ascension, and whatever you do, never climb back down. Thank you.